A major crackdown by the CBI on Congress MP Karti Chidambaram. The Central Bureau of Investigation has conducted multiple searches at the homes and offices of Karti in connections with an ongoing case. Sources say Congress leader Karti Chidambaram was allegedly involved in facilitating visas to Chinese workers for the Talwandi Sabu Power Limited project in lieu of a bribe of 50 lakh rupees. The case is in connection with the foreign remittances, and Karti is already under probe in getting Foreign Investment Promotion Board clearance for INX media. Searches are being conducted at 9 locations, including 3 in Tamil Nadu, 3 in Mumbai, 1 in Punjab, 1 in Karnataka, 1 in Odisha. Karti Chidambaram has taken to Twitter and said, "I have lost count. How many times has it been? Must be a record." Munish continues to be with us on that big story. Munish, what next as far as the CBI's investigations are concerned? You did say that preliminary investigations are being carried out, and registering an FIR is certainly a huge development. And this obviously just goes on to show how the news really is tightening around Karti Chidambaram's neck, isn't it?
Yeah, well, certainly, Sneha. And as far as CBI is concerned, once the searches are over, then the summons will be issued to the accused in the case, which means that Mr. Karti Chidambaram will be summoned by the Central Bureau of Investigation. And once he's back to India, we have been going to understand is that he's in London. But once he's back to India, then he will be summoned for questioning. And there is a possibility that CBI may arrest him once again, as far as this case is concerned. Now, as far as the CBI is concerned, sources within the agency have told India Today that during the probe of INX media case, they got to hold of certain documents. During the investigation of that case, they got to know about this kickback of 50 lakh rupees, which was taken allegedly by Mr. Karti Chidambaram. And based on that information, an FIR has been registered in which Chinese company based out of India, that is a Punjab-based company. These companies have also been named as an accused. There are certain private and other people also, unofficial public servant. They are also named as accused in the case. Now, as far as the agency is concerned, what they are claiming that after recording these statements, they have registered an FIR. The specific allegations was that there was a power project in Punjab, Talwandi power project. For that, there were Chinese nationals who were brought in to work here, and there were 250 nationals for which Mr. Karti Chidambaram was involved for getting the visas, and for that he took bribe of 50 lakh rupees. This is the allegation, and based on that allegation, this FIR has been registered, and 9 places in multiple states are being searched as we speak.
Be with us, Munish. Just coming back to you for more on that. I'm also going to go across for a quick word to Amit Bhardwaj, who's joining us from outside P Chidambaram's house in Jorbagh in the national capital. Amit, what more can you tell us? Is the former Home Minister at his residence right now?
Sneha, I'll just take you to the visuals. This is the residence of Karti Chidambaram. In fact, 80 Lodhi Estate. I'll just ask our video colleague Ankit to show you the visuals. This is 80 Lodhi Estate where the CBI team is conducting raids right now. So this is a house where the CBI team's raid is still going on. The team had reached here in the morning around 10, and the officials are still inside. They are holding raids right now at Karti Chidambaram's residence in the national capital. And remember, this is a fresh case that has been registered against the Congress MP and son of former Union Minister P Chidambaram. And this is not the only location where the raids are being conducted by the CBI officials right now. So multiple locations, as Munish was also sharing the details, in multiple locations in Tamil Nadu, Mumbai, Delhi, Punjab, these raids are going on. And, this is in connection with a fresh case that has been registered. The tenure of the allegations that is being, as per sources, alleged action or bribe case happened between 2010 to 14. Karti Chidambaram is being accused or alleged of providing visas to Chinese nationals. It's a foreign remittance case, and as Munish was also sharing, that the documents of this particular case were were unearthed by the CBI during the INX media investigation. And the searches are still going on. Search is still underway at multiple locations across the country, including the official residence of Karti Chidambaram, the Congress residence in 80 Lodhi estate. So this is the Lothian zone of Delhi where the CBI team is conducting raids. We are trying to get you the visuals of the house. What does it look right now? You know, it's you can hardly see anybody moving outside in the lawns of this particular house, but we can tell you that CBI team is still inside this particular residence of Karti Chidambaram, and the raids are still going on. Multiple CBI officials had come in the morning here around 10, and they have been holding the raid. Since then, not a single CBI officer has left the residence. So clearly, the raid is still being conducted at this particular residence of Karti Chidambaram in the national capital. Over to you.
But what next as far as the CBI is concerned? Munish was telling us, Amit, that there is a possibility of summons being issued to the accused here. There is an FIR. This is not a preliminary probe. There is an FIR. So what could Karti Chidambaram possibly be doing to seek protection from arrest? Is that something that he would be looking at as well?
Well, Sneha, you know, as we know for a matter of fact that preliminary inquiry in this particular case has been completed and the P has been converted into an FIR right now. So clearly Karti Chidambaram is in trouble. The due process will be obviously followed by the investigative agency. As Munish was saying that, you know, there could be summons that might be issued to Mr. Chidambaram, Karti Chidambaram in this particular case. So clearly the legal team of Karti Chidambaram would take the case forward from there. But the response that you're getting from the Chidambaram family right now is quite interesting. Karti Chidambaram himself has tweeted out that he has lost the count about, you know, while referring to the raids that are being conducted at multiple locations related to Karti Chidambaram. So he's saying that he has lost the count, and he's also saying in a sarcastic manner that this must be a world record. So clearly the response is coming from the Karti Chidambaram as well. So his legal team must be deciding the next course of action if at all the summons are issued to Karti Chidambaram. It would be interesting to see as to how and in what manner this investigation unfolds in the coming days.
Yes, be with us, Amit. I'll just come back to you. I'm going to go quickly across to Munish also for more on that. Munish, for our viewers who've joined us, just take us to the details of this case. Also, we've been talking about how the CBI essentially wasn't really looking at this case, and this only happens to be an offshoot of another case that they were interrogating.
Sneha, for the benefit of our viewers, I will break down how this case was lodged by the CBI and what the allegations are. So as far as Mr. Karti Chidambaram is concerned, remember, he was named as an accused in the INX media case along with his father, P Chidambaram. The allegation at that point of time was that to get FIPB approvals, Karti Chidambaram took bribe of 10 lakh rupees and he influenced his father to get the FIPB approvals in that particular case. That time also the allegation was of kickbacks, as far as Karti Chidambaram is concerned. Now, when the INX media case was being probed by the Central Bureau of Investigation, there was one person by name Bhaskar Raman. That person was a key person as far as the entire INX media case is concerned. He was summoned by the Central Bureau of Investigation. He is a chartered accountant of Mr. Karti Chidambaram. And while he was summoned, he submitted some documents to the CBI. When the CBI was going through the documents, they got to know about a power project, Talwandi Power Project. It is a power project in Punjab. Now, when they were going through the records, they got to know about this particular information that 250 Chinese nationals came to India for that particular power project. And for that, the visas were done by Mr. Karti Chidambaram. He is the one who influenced the visa for these 250 Chinese nationals. Now, at that point of time, Mr. P Chidambaram was the Home Minister of this country. Whether Karti Chidambaram had any contact with Mr. P Chidambaram to influence those visas or not, these are matter of still, these are matter which are still under probe. But as far as this case is concerned, once CBI got this information, they registered a preliminary inquiry, as Amit was mentioning. Once the preliminary inquiry was initiated by the CBI, statements were recorded, evidence were collected by the CBI, and once there is a concrete evidence, this is a procedure in CBI, if they found any evidence during the preliminary inquiry, they can convert the preliminary inquiry into FIR. And a regular case has been registered by the CBI in which Karti Chidambaram, the Congress leader, has been named as accused in the case. There is a Chinese company named as accused. There is a Indian company which has been named as an accused, along with certain unknown officials of the government, some unknown officials of the government at that particular point of time. So CBI, under CBI, there are many people who are part of the government who are under scanner at this point of time. Whether Mr. P Chidambaram was involved in or not, that is still a big question at this point of time. So once CBI registered this FIR, they are conducting raids, and we have been given to understand that once the raids are over, then summons will be issued for questioning. And also, Sneha, this is important to point out that in the INX media case, when Mr. Karti Chidambaram was arrested, that time he was in a foreign country. As soon as he returned to India, he was arrested by the CBI. In this case, right now he is in foreign country, but we have been given to understand that once he lands back to India, he will be summoned for questioning. And
all right, we'll come back to you for more on that. Munish, I'm thanking you for the moment. Also, I'm thanking my colleague Amit for getting us all of those details and keeping a close eye on that big developing story.